REI Co-op presents a perfect outdoor moment with the perfect gift. Picture this. You're ripping with your favorite person. Bluebird skies, blower powder, and frankly, you're skiing like legends.
So sick. Another lap?
Thanks to REI's curation, from lid to sticks, you nailed the gift.
No way. How'd you know?
Does it get more perfect than that? Give without guessing. Shop in store or visit rei.com.
Optimism isn't sunshine and rainbows. It's fixing things, changing the way we fix things. It's running the world on smarter energy. Because if optimism never stops, then change can't either. GE Vernova, the energy of change.
Sunday morning, we have a new mayor coming into town in 5 weeks. And with us today is George Venizelos, and he was the assistant director in charge of New York for 4 years for the FBI. And he's also the executive director of the Federal Law Enforcement Foundation and works very closely with the FBI, the current members, and all the other law enforcement agencies of our city. George, welcome to Sunday morning. Tell us, there's been a lot of discussion around because there's a lot of people concerned, and I know the president is concerned that the New Yorkers will be safe after some of the things that the mayor-elect has said. Mayor-elect Mondami has said about disbanding certain parts of the NYPD and maybe not appointing the best New York criminal judges to the bench. You tell us your discussions with the powers that be in the federal law enforcement.
Good morning, John. Great to be on the show again. There is a lot of concern. I think that the one positive thing that happened this week is the retention of Commissioner Tisch. I think she's been a great commissioner, and I think that will continue. And she has great relations with the federal agencies, which is important. I think what's going to happen, or what is happening already, is the federal agencies have really stepped it up big time in these areas, in these cities that are having problems, and they will do the same in New York. The violent crimes have been a problem, quality of life have been a problem. People don't feel safe in the streets, so they're putting a full court press in all the big cities, like Chicago and Washington and Memphis, and New York will be no different. I think the big concern is that the local governments, people are getting arrested but not going to jail. So in the federal system, they're going to go to jail. Like the FBI had an initiative this summer that was called Summer Heat, where they hit all the violent crime cities with the biggest problems. And in the last 7 months, they've arrested 28,000 people with violent crimes. Also in the top 10, the FBI's top 10 most wanted people, 4 out of the 10 have been captured this year. So they've really stepped it up. And I think that they will do no different in New York, if they need be.
Well, I mean, I understand when talking to the U.S. Attorney or talking to the FBI that when there's violent criminals, career criminals acting with weapons, there's federal laws that they are violating, and the federal authorities go in and make the arrest instead of depending on the local authorities.
Yeah, the federal system. I mean, they're not going to be released. There is no such thing as no bail in the federal system, so they're going to be held. And the U.S. Attorney, we're very fortunate. We have a great U.S. Attorney in the Southern District, Jay Clayton's probably going to be one of the best, if not already the best U.S. attorneys in the country. And they've already had a small example. Washington Square Park had a big drug problem for years. People couldn't even walk through the park. And they went in there and did an operation and cleaned it up. They made all these arrests in one day. And these people went to jail, and the ones that had guns and stuff, they're not being let out. They're going to jail. And when they get sentenced for crimes, and for violent crimes especially, they get sentenced pretty hard. And they do the time. So I think
Well, yes, the federal judges are much more tougher, and the federal they do much more time
Right.
Than they do in the local authorities.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, they have sentencing guidelines. The judges can't let them off. There's guidelines that go with the different crimes. And if you're a violent crime, you're going to jail. You're definitely going to jail. And I think I really have to commend this administration and also the leaderships of the different federal agencies. They're stepping it up big time with the violent crime area. They're prioritizing it. We had a great speaker this week, the head of DEA, Frank Tarantino. He spoke about what DEA is doing with the drug problems. DEA is really stepping it up. DEA is doing an incredible job of taking drugs off the street. Fentanyl, prioritizing fentanyl. Fentanyl is the number one killer in this country. And the FBI has done a great job with the violent crimes. And then you have ICE doing a great job with all the criminals that were led in the country that are being arrested. So the federal agencies have really stepped up, and we have to keep stepping it up and step up even more, because we have to get our cities back. Because especially with the DAs who aren't doing the job that they should be doing, it's time for the federal government to step up and fill that gap. And that's what's happening.
Well, George Venizelos, former assistant director in charge of New York for the FBI for 4 years, thank you for filling us in. And let's do this more often, because people are concerned.
No, I would love that. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be on this show.